Whatever you want, you gotta go take it. No. Ain't nobody can give it to you. Let's go take what we want.
The autumn wind is a pirate, blustering in from sea. With a rollicking song he sweeps along, swaggering boisterously. His face is weather-beaten. He wears a hooded sash, with a silver hat about his head, and a bristling black mustache. He growls as he storms the country, a villain big and bold. And the trees all shake and quiver and quake as he robs them of their gold. The autumn wind is a raider, pillaging just for fun. He'll knock you round and upside down and laugh when he's conquered and won.
Okay, no one wanted to see the Las Vegas Raiders lose to the Los Angeles Chargers to open the season, but the Raiders are going to be alright. They actually showed that talent-wise, they're just as good, if not better, than the Chargers. That game was on quarterback Derek Carr, and he knows that. If that wasn't the worst game I've seen him play, it was one of them. His accuracy was off on 2 of his 3 interceptions and on a few potential touchdown passes. If he had his normal accuracy, he would have had 5 touchdown passes and 1 interception. The offensive line wasn't as bad as many think either. They gave up only 2 of the 6 sacks. You usually lose big on the road to good teams when you turn the ball over 3 times and they don't turn it over at all, but the Raiders only lost by 5 points to one of the best teams in the NFL. Carr's thrown 3 interceptions in only 3 of his 128 career games, and the last time he did so was 4 years ago. He usually gets the ball out quick too. So when Carr returns to his normal self, this team has a chance to win a lot of games, including a rematch against the Chargers. Again, Carr was off, missing on throws he can make in his sleep. Tight end Darren Waller was wide open there. Let's take another look at that one. Waller simply outran James and got wide open. An on-target throw would have been a touchdown, but instead Carr threw behind him, incomplete. That's 1 touchdown lost. On this one, we had Waller running a post. Waller's going to split the defense with his speed here, so all Carr has to do is put the ball out in front of Waller with some arc on it. But Carr's going to throw this ball low and short, and it's going to get picked off by the linebacker. In my opinion, if he hits Waller in stride here, that's another touchdown. On this one, he could have had Devontae Adams for a long score. Oh, he put his arm up. If he throws this ball about halfway into the end zone, it's a touchdown. But instead he leaves it short for Asante Samuel Jr. to pick off. That's 3 touchdown passes Carr missed out on because he was off. 2 of them were picked off. Here, Carr's going to throw his 3rd interception, trying to hit slot receiver Hunter Renfrow on the crosser. I don't think this one was about his accuracy. I think this one was more about him throwing the ball a little too late. Alright, let's take another look here. If Carr throws the ball right now, he's fine. Renfrow has a step on his man, and he can't step in front of the ball. But the further they go, the more the angle changes, and the defender is able to step in front of Renfrow. And he gets himself an interception. Carr's 3rd on the day. Now in this game, I saw a defense that can adjust. As a matter of fact, they may have found what they do well. Here's Keenan Allen getting loose in the hole of that cover 3 zone. Now we have DeAndre Carter running a similar route to the other side of that zone. This time it's a cover 2 zone and Carter is in there for the touchdown. Herbert picks zones apart, so the Chargers score 17 points in the first half. In the second half, the Raiders came out in more man coverage, and this touchdown was the only points they gave up in that half. They started making stops as Rocky Alcine was sticky in his man coverage. Here he takes the first look away and stays with them throughout the scramble drill. And Nathan Natural Hobbs locked star receiver Mike Williams up, allowing him just 1 catch for 5 yards, and he had this pass breakup. And while Mad Max Crosby didn't have a sack on the day, he had 7 pressures. This one saved a touchdown. Oh, and he handled his business at the point of attack in the run game too. Here he's going to take on the pulling guard to blow the play up so linebacker Divine Diablo can come downhill and make the tackle. Oh, and he's still doing Troy Polamalu impressions to make key stops. And while he came up missing rushing the passer, Chandler Jones chipped in the running game. And so did Hobbs coming out the left of your screen. The Raiders gave up only 74 yards on 2.46 yards per carry on 30 carries. And oh my goodness, Davante Adams is still Davante Adams. Here he starts off finding the soft spot in the zone. And I'm not sure if that's the guy you really want to cover one-on-one. Oh. And this route right here is filthy. Oh, which way did he go, George? Look at that. That's separation, plus he has his back turned to him. The defender has to turn around before he even has a chance to catch up with Adams. And he's going to get shook again when he tries to make the tackle. Oh. Davante Adams is just different. And watch the route and hands in the end zone here. With 10 catches for 141 yards in this touchdown, Adams showed why the Raiders traded for him and gave him all that money. And this is why tight end Darren Waller got his money right before the game. Even though Carr missed him a couple of times, he was still able to get Waller going. He ended up with 4 catches for 79 yards on the day. The top pass catching tight end in the NFL is about as good a compliment to a top receiver as there is in the NFL. Waller with the linebacker sucking up the play action just isn't fair. Now what's the best compliment to a top wide receiver and tight end? A top slot receiver. He didn't have a big day, but when the Raiders needed third and Renfro to extend the 4th down, he was there for them. And here he's there for him on the normal 3rd and Renfro. Then there's running back Josh Jacobs, who was severely underutilized. He ran hard, he ran tough. He had 57 yards on 10 carries. With 5.7 yards per carry, you wonder why just 10 carries. I know they couldn't run the ball when they were down big, but how about using him more at the beginning of the game? This is a nice little bounce to the outside after going through the hole here. With runs like this, Jacobs is the reason why the Raiders beat the Chargers at the end of last season. He didn't get a chance this time around. He's also shown he can catch the ball out of the backfield. It sure would be nice to see more Jacobs and less Brandon Bolden. Carr is an all-around gifted quarterback. He chooses not to most of the time, but he can get out of the pocket and run. He can also escape the pocket and get the ball down the field with his big arm on the run. And he's among the best in the league at diagnosing the blitz, getting into the right play, and getting rid of the ball before it gets there. We didn't see any of that Sunday, so week 1 was on him. But he'll be back to his old self soon. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time.